LANDSLIDE, it is unclear what kind of tone we're going to get from the vice president. The party is soul-searching right now. We've been getting some very frank assessments from high-ranking sources within the party, trying to basically do the autopsy, figure out what went wrong. They are acknowledging that the party right now is out of step with the majority of Americans on big issues like the economy and immigration. They've been unmoved by the social issues. As one source put it to me, if we want to keep losing, we'll keep moving farther to the left. That's a direct quote. And some right now are also admitting that they knew that this outcome was likely.
It's not unexpected for me. So I think I'm going to be very blunt. As Democrats, we've got to do some soul searching. We're getting a message from a lot of people that we're not hearing them. And I hope we take the time to do the soul searching we have to do.
As one source put it to me, the Democratic Party has no leader right now, period, because they cast out the sitting president and the candidate that they installed failed badly. The strategy of telling people not to believe their lying eyes failed. And so now part of the postmortem is asking themselves whether they would have been better off if Biden had stayed in the race, because he appeals more to the working class voters and also union workers, Catholics, constituencies that Harris did not hold.
I will just note that it is probably not the best idea that Democrats orchestrated a very public stab fest, a proverbial stabbing in the front of the sitting president of the United States of America, and then didn't use him in his hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
It has been a very rough morning for the campaign. First, there was silence for hours, and then one campaign spokesperson tweeted a message to friends. Do not ask what happened. It's not the day. Neither is Thanksgiving. But a letter that we just got from campaign manager Jen O'Malley Dillon to all staff is also raising eyebrows, not only noting that Harris made a jab at Trump when she called to concede the race, telling him that she would work to ensure a peaceful transfer of power, unlike him in 2020. But this line is also getting a lot of reaction. Quote, "You stared down unprecedented headwinds." This is to staff. "You stared down unprecedented headwinds and obstacles that were largely out of our control. We knew this would be a margin of error race, and it was." Sources are telling me margin of error race that is delusional, GOP wrapped, and also very unclear what the obstacles that are out of their control were.
I am inevitable.
He did it.
Yes, I am inevitable. You're done here. We're going to see it today. It's going to be amazing. What's up, everyone? You're joining the party. Shout out to the chat. We're just going to be live to watch Queen Camilla cry today. We got even a live audience for this. Unlike Hillary Clinton, we got Nancy Pelosi. Dude. Nancy Pelosi's going back to Congress. She's like 90 years old. Money bags. Going back, bringing her money bags back to Congress. Inside traitor. Queen is a traitor and hopefully will be investigated. Put her on the list, Mike Davis. She should be prosecuted for insider trading. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be fun to have our own January 6th committee on Nancy Pelosi? Wouldn't that be special? This is a live feed, ladies and gentlemen, of Kamala Harris's concession speech at Howard University, where Kamala Harris will give a speech to her supporters, but she didn't have any supporters. Remember this. Remember this. And this is a very important one. Everyone lied to you, except for this show, some other good shows, right? Some very, very small group of people. We said that Kamala Harris's support was fake and that she doesn't have any fans and that people were busing the same people to every single rally and that Kamala Harris is an installed candidate with no actual support and that all of it is fabricated. All of it's Fugazi is not real. We said that. They came for us. But in the words of Kamala Harris, do not come. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited for today. Kamala Harris had no actual support. Kamala Harris has no support. I'll be so excited to never have to say her name again. Barack Obama now has been exposed as the psyop he was. Barack Obama was a state-installed psyop, starting with his speech at the DNC convention in 2004, right? That rocketed him to prominence. They ran that psyop for 20 years, and now it's over. Barack Obama is actually the person who has no actual support, no transferable power, no real political power. He might have some cash in the bank. You might be able to like work with Harvey Weinstein's old executives and the Epstein people and George Soros, but like that's it. Nobody cares. You have no actual support. You have no real support. Everybody who's here this is the biggest Kamala Harris rally you've ever seen. Everybody who's here has either been paid off. This is Kamala Harris's alma mater, right? Remember the one that Obama lectured young black men that they have to vote for Kamala Harris because she went to Howard University. She went to the same school as you because she talks like you. Well, no, Kamala Harris doesn't talk like anyone, actually, because Kamala Harris doesn't even know what accent she uses. Kamala Harris was raised in the leafy suburbs of Canada, in Montreal, eating poutine in parlez-vous français, hockey sticks, stuff like that. The Mountie. Kamala Harris has no real connection to anyone. She is a fabrication, an illusion. You turn on the lights, she disappears. Barack Obama is the only person that actually had any weight left to throw. And if you've seen Barack Obama recently, he's emaciated. He's not looking good. Things are not looking good. Where are the Obamas? Haven't heard from them today. Reports are that they've left the country. We don't know. We're not sure. But boy, it's a bright day in America for us. The Obama dynasty has collapsed. The House Obama is gone, atomized, razed to the ground. The ramparts have been breached. And ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to see here is you're going to see the very, very end of all of it, the entire charade. I see a bunch of people raising their cell phones. It looks like maybe the speech is actually going to happen. We're not certain. It could just be staffers walking around. The speech is supposed to be at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 4:03 Eastern Standard Time. We have an entire show set up. We're happy to chat. We're happy to troll as well and rock and roll because there's a lot of great news. There's a ton of great news. Ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. We need to rock and roll. We're going to, okay, sorry, my producers are talking to me. Okay. Here is the view. Just make sure. Here is the View's meltdown today over Kamala Harris losing the election. So excited for this one. Here we go.
Was red.
Yeah.
It was pretty red last night.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed. I think if you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country, because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons.
Well,
and so that box better be taken off. And I think our healthcare system is now at risk. I think
no fluoride for anyone.
Yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps, and I'm also worried about Elon Musk warning Americans to prepare for temporary hardship. I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed-race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it, I think it has to do with a lot of things, that being one of them. I'm obviously very disappointed. I'm very sad. I was at the Kamala Harris headquarters yesterday in Washington, and it was a very sad scene. The mood turned immediately, and I tell you, there's a quote I get a lot of inspiration from, and it's a quote that I read when I was reading about John F. Kennedy, and it says, "Whether I am on the winning or the losing side is not the point with me. It is being on the side where my sympathies lie that matters." And that, to me, brought me consolation and inspiration this morning.
Okay, so wait a second. She's quoting John F. Kennedy? You do realize that Robert F. Kennedy endorsed Donald Trump and will be serving as Donald Trump's consigliere to slash and burn the federal government. You do realize that, right? You're quoting John F. Kennedy. Do you read the room? Do you read the room? Nothing? I got something for you to read. Here's something exciting for you to read. I want to say thank you. Clip this, okay? I want to say thank you to Kamala Harris. I want to say thank you for everything that they did in 2020. I'm glad you did it. I am. I'm glad you did it because you gave this country an opportunity to see how evil you bastards really were. And we responded. Now, I don't believe any of these numbers anymore. This is 2020 numbers. Yeah, now is the time where we can all just officially say that election was garbage, okay? That election was garbage. That entire process was trash. 20 million voters just evaporated overnight. No, ladies and gentlemen. But look at this. Thanks, Kamala. We did it, Joe. Yeah, you did do it. Look at this. This is every constituency you could possibly imagine. Every nook and cranny and corner of this country. Black, white, suburban, urban, Hispanic, Latino, college educated, old, young. Look at this. This is the 2024 election. Not only do they all swing to the right, some of them swing to the right by 10 points. These are Latino men. Would you look at that? By 10 points. That's how you get a country that looks like this. That's how you get, look at Arizona. Look at this trash in Arizona. What a joke. They're not even trying to run like a legitimate election in this garbage state. Man, I'm so excited that Republicans won so great there. Latino men swung 20 to 30 extra points to Donald Trump. The numbers are still pouring in. Look at Texas. Look at this. Red Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Oh, this is awesome. Kamala Harris, Kamala, is being told, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Go home to mommy. I hope Trump does this at the White House. I really do. I really do. Maybe this is what she'll do after the speech today. We don't know. Maybe this is what she'll do after the speech today. Oh, did you know that Jack Smith's been fired? Jack Smith was fired today by the DOJ, effectively confirming what we've been telling our audience and this program for years, which was that this is a totally rigged, totally broken political prosecution of President Trump. This, ladies and gentlemen, is glorious news. The reporting on this is amazing. Fox News saying effectively that all of the cases into Donald Trump are now done for. It was all hoax. It was all rigged. It was all fake. Here we go.
It was about special counsel Jack Smith, this man right here. Donald Trump said recently that he would fire Jack Smith, quote, within 2 seconds of taking office. Well, we found out that he may not have that opportunity. The reason is that the Department of Justice, where Jack Smith works, cannot prosecute a sitting president. Fox News is told that Jack Smith will be gone from his post as special counsel, meaning the cases will be gone before Trump takes the oath of office at noon on January 20th. This is the documents case, though that was dropped already by Judge Eileen Cannon back over the summer, and it's on appeal, but also this case for Trump's alleged efforts to try to overturn the 2020 election. So given the fact DOJ policy says you cannot prosecute a sitting president, expect Jack Smith's cases to be done. The last case, and I'll end on this, is that Atlanta case that deals with the 2020 elections. That's a local Georgia case. We've seen over the last year how that has played out with Fonnie Willis, Nathan Wade. That has many problems, many different delays. So the bottom line for my story to all of you right now, Donald Trump's legal problems have essentially all gone away since he won last night. Harris.
Oh, the panic is gorgeous. Oh, it's beautiful. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, MSNBC, they're terrified. They're terrified of what's happening here. They're horrified. You should see this clip is like just pure psychotic panic, ladies and gentlemen. They know it's all coming to an end. They know that the next thing to have happen is the hunters become the hunted. Investigations into Liz Cheney, investigations into January 6th, investigations into Nancy Pelosi, investigations into Jack Smith. The next thing that happens is the reckoning against the people that did this to our country. Oh, it's just a glorious day. Oh, it's an amazing day. And this is some of how MSNBC covered this incredible news that Jack Smith is just being freaking fired today, and all of the cases against Trump have been dropped, all of them. And I think that we may well see Fannie Willis removed from office. It'll be glorious.
Forward when Donald Trump, Chris, it's not a surprise that these cases can't go forward when Donald Trump takes office. What's interesting here is that the DOJ is moving to end them even before he takes office, citing the long-standing DOJ policy that sitting presidents can't be prosecuted. And there was some thought that maybe Special Counsel Jack Smith was going to sprint through the finish line, was going to work up until the last day, force Trump to fire him, wait till a new attorney general was appointed. But that does not appear to be the thinking inside the department. The thinking is that these cases can't go forward. There's no reasonable prospect of getting to trial within the 3 months before Donald Trump takes office. These cases are mired in legal issues that would be appealed all the way to the Supreme Court had Donald Trump lost the election. So now that he's won the election, DOJ officials are thinking that, look, there's just no room to move in these cases. And so the sensible thing to do is to figure out a way to wind them down. And it may stem from Donald Trump's lawyers filing some kind of motion or making a request saying in light of the DOJ policy, you need to drop these cases. Now, there are a few wrinkles here, one of which is that the classified documents case includes 2 other defendants who are not subject to that policy. And it's been dismissed, obviously, but that dismissal has been appealed. And the DOJ considers that ruling to be very bad law that it would like to be overturned. So that appeal may continue in some form. But the reality is that Donald Trump is not going to be a part of these cases. And what this means, I mean, we knew this, right? But just coming to grips with what this means intellectually is that Donald Trump is not likely to be held accountable on these very serious federal criminal charges that many people believe were worse than what Richard Nixon did or was accused of doing in Watergate. Now, there's no guarantee that Donald Trump would have been convicted at trial. But as Joyce Vance, our legal commentator, said to me this morning, what's not going to happen is he's not going to face a jury of his peers who would evaluate the evidence and render a verdict. It's going to be lost to history whether a jury would have found him guilty of these very serious. It's
going to be lost to history, ladies and gentlemen. lost to history, just like the hope of a Queen Camilla. Now we are monitoring our feed right now. Do we have a Kamala Harris at the dais? No, we have some testing going on. There are like various staffers hopping around, popping around on stage. We'll go to that speech. I have a feeling it'll be pretty short. Much like Kamala Harris. We have a cardboard cutout of Kamala Harris. We take her around to like college campuses. She's like 4 feet tall. She's a really teeny person. Very small in stature. However, Kamala Harris has conceded to President Trump in a private phone call. Here we go. Vice President Kamala Harris conceded on Wednesday to President-elect Trump. Harris fared worse than Democrats had hoped at the polls, losing decisively to Trump in battleground states. Oh, come on. Come on, man. If the side effects of Donald Trump's victory last for more than 4 hours, please consult your physician. You can only get so excited looking at this map. Come on, Arizona. Everyone's watching you. We're watching you. Harris called Trump on Wednesday afternoon to congratulate him per senior Harris aide. She's expected to deliver remarks soon. Both leaders agreed on the importance of unifying the country, Trump spokesperson said. Harris told Trump she'd ensure a peaceful transfer of power. Biden administration sent out a mewling, crying email. Kamala Harris does sound like a threat to democracy. Why did it take her so long to concede? Maybe because she was trying to figure out how to use a cell phone. A reminder that Kamala Harris doesn't know how to use a cell phone. As you can see here in this clip, Kamala Harris, and as we talked about yesterday, this was her final act on the campaign trail, was lying to the American public as she holds up, look at this shot, as she holds up her camera phone. She's obviously has her camera app open. She's not in the middle of a phone call. Let's load this clip. This is such a great clip. She's not in the middle of a phone call or anything. And she's literally carrying on an imaginary phone call with the voices in her head. So unbelievably sad. Oh, here we go. Let's go.
How you doing? Have you voted already? You did? Thank you.
Look.
Thank you so very much. You know, it's so important that everybody participates. And
So Kamala Harris carries on a fake conversation with someone after showing them that she's actually not having a real conversation. Is she this stupid? Is she this maniacal? Does she just hate people this much? I don't get it. I don't know. This is the single dumbest person to ever run for president. And Chris Christie ran for president. This is the dumbest person to ever run for president. The PSYOP's over, though. The PSYOP is over. Here we go. Trump's statement on the concession. Ooh, baby. It's real. All the hopium, all the copium. Nope, it's not happening. All the box trucks that we're supposed to deliver you pallets of ballots in the middle of the night. The cavalry didn't come. President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris spoke by phone earlier today. She congratulated him on a historic victory. President Trump acknowledged Vice President Harris on her strength, professionalism, tenacity throughout the campaign. And the leaders agreed on the importance of unifying the country. That's very big of Trump. It was like 2 days ago that Kamala Harris called him Hitler. Kamala Harris called him a fascist from the vice president's residence a couple of days ago. Then Joe Biden called the country garbage. Hillary Clinton called Trump supporters irredeemable, deplorables. Irredeemable? Okay. So you're now uniting with Hitler. Is this what you're telling people? If you are a Democrat, like how broken is your brain? So now all your leaders are uniting and conceding to Hitler? Fascist, garbage, Nazi party? Dude, the guy, at some point, you've got to assume that these people are just subject to such high levels of manipulation that you should have pity on them. And that doesn't mean I want them to run anything in my life. I want them to lose forever, and we'll do everything in our power to make sure that they do. But I don't, but I have pity on them because their brains have been broken. You know, I have pity on them the way I would have pity on somebody who has mental illness. Their brains have been broken. Kamala Harris called President Trump to congratulate him to concede. This is the best part, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden called right afterwards. Joe Biden called and asked Donald to come to the White House. Really? Maybe to take out the trash. So Joe Biden, fresh off calling all of us garbage, is asking Donald Trump, begging Donald Trump to come to the White House, in fact. Please, come back to the White House. We're begging you. Isn't that amazing? Biden congratulates Trump, invites him to White House. What the hell would they talk about? What would they say? What exactly, what kind of a conversation would they have? Oh, I would love to hear it. Oh, I can't wait. Go to the White House. There'll be a pool there, and we'll be able to go live, and we'll be able to show you what's going on. So Joe Biden is now bringing Trump to the White House. Can I reverse this headline? According to left-wing media, Joe Biden invites Hitler to the White House to stage a Nazi rally for fascists. Right? Isn't that what you just said? Isn't this what you guys just said? Hateful garbage. Joe Biden invites hateful garbage to the White House. What frauds. Can you imagine being so broken in your brain? Could you imagine it? Boys, can we load up some of the some of these libs that have been freaking out?
I got the one from last night.
It's so funny. Yeah, no, there have been some TikToks that have been great. I just sent a super cut to the Shorts chat. Let's do that. Grab that, load it up. It's going to be fun. Here's the campaign email from the Harris staff that was sent to all of their people that are currently, like, actively in Alcoholics Anonymous or rehab. The Harris campaign email. The whole country moved to the right. Losing is painful. It's hard. It will take a long time to process. You want to know why these people can't win? You want to know why they rule like such thin-skinned, rosy-cheeked fascist guards inside of the camps, right? The evil faces of fascistic cruelty. Because they actually write emails like this. Because this is the way that they think. They're not grounded in reality. I don't have words to express the gratitude I have for everyone on this email. You left everything on the field. You stared down at unprecedented headwinds and obstacles that were out of our control. You stabbed Joe Biden in the back and shoved him in a wheelchair with a colostomy bag into the mouth of an open volcano. What do you mean? You built a first-rate historic presidential campaign in the past, like 90 days. It's your fault that you didn't have a primary and you rigged your election. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here's Tim Walz. Tim Walz is wobbling around on screen, jazz hands. Look, you can see the jazz hands everywhere. Tim Walz is here. Oh, and there's his psychotic wife. What a freak that lady is. You want to talk about somebody who would run the gulag system? It's the lady like what's her name? Gwen Walz? Is that it? Yeah. What a disaster. So Tim Walz is out here. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kamala's concession speech. People are actually literally filming this. I can't believe it. People have their cell phone cameras up to try and capture and remember this moment. Wow. I mean, they're more broken than I thought they were. How remarkably sad. Here she goes. An important reminder that Kamala Harris's last day of campaigning, her average time of a speech was 9 minutes. She didn't do a single speech over 20 minutes. Oh, the cackle is back. What kind of accent are we going to get? Accent.
Good afternoon.
Here we go. We do the Trump dance on her.
Good.
Here we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
She said that now 5 times.
Afternoon.
That's 6 times. 6 times she says good afternoon.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me say, and I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it. Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up. I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do. We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect, by looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor, by always using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it. To the young people who are watching, it is, I love you guys. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before. You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career, I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. It's you. And may that work guide us, even in the face of setbacks, toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
Oh, it's great. Oh, you love to see it. What was that, like 5 minutes? 5 minutes? Oh, good. Here's the spousal abuser. Boy, Kamala, you better stay in a different room tonight. That old Dougie. Do the Dougie. Yeah, actually, don't do the Dougie, men. Doug is somebody who impregnated his nanny, destroyed his first marriage, abandoned his family, abandoned his children, abandoned his wife, got the nanny pregnant, then beat his girlfriend in a drunken fit of rage. Don't worry, that's the male feminists that they wanted to put back into the White House. All these libs, all these women voting for Doug Emhoff in the White House. Remember, that's what feminism, modern day feminism is putting over feminized men like Tim Walz and Doug Emhoff into positions of power over them. Yeah, literally, that is your Handmaid's Tale. Okay, what an absurdity! Look at everybody fleeing. I guarantee you, everybody got credit for being here. Here's Tim Walz. Watch out for the jazz hands. They're gonna be flying everywhere. It's the dancing queen. Tim Walz. Look at everybody leaving. Look at some of these embarrassing photos from behind the scenes. Oh no. Well, let's stay on this and see if Tim Walz does a leg kick for us. Oh, Timmy, what you gonna do? You throw some glitter? Careful, buddy. Yeah. You know that Donald Trump flipped 5 blue. Look at how quickly it all closed. Look at how quick. Everyone's like, get me the hell out of this funeral. Look at the final white dude for Harris. Perfect. That's right. Perfect. Oh, I heard there'd be some free drugs here. What a chode. Look at these guys. That guy doesn't even know where he's at. Tourists. He just wandered in. They're like, please, we need the bodies. Like what exactly are you reporting on, dude? The empty. Look at them all flocking at it. It's like they are herding out of there, herding like Texas, like cattle. A wide open Texas play. Look at them go. Look at them run. Oh, get us the hell out of here. Oh, there's Pelosi. Look at this. That's Nancy Pelosi there in the orange. Yeah, here's Pelosi. Oh, boy. I hope she's preserved your records, Nancy. We're going to have a Republican House, Republican Senate, and a White House. And we intend on using it. Look at everybody running away. What a joke. Look at this. This is what the speech actually looked like. They wouldn't turn the cameras around to show you this. There was no one in the bleachers. It was a funeral. Look at this. People still wearing masks. The year's 2024. There was nothing. So embarrassing. Nancy Pelosi was having like a meltdown. Look at Pelosi. She's like screaming and yelling. Look at this. Graveyard. They won't show you this. Wouldn't show you this. What a fitting, miserable end. And she didn't have anything to say to Joe Biden. Joe Biden wasn't there. Jill Biden wasn't there. Here is just an example of one of Kamala Harris's supporters. Kind of like a perfect, I don't need to play you any clips of her speech. This is perfect, right? Here's what Kamala Harris supporters are sounding like online. Do we get that clip loaded up, boys?
Yep, 1 sec. It's 96AB. Got it right here.
Yeah. Here we go. This is just a perfect personification of Kamala Harris's speech. Dude, there's a testosterone deficiency in this country. Just this is there you go.
Not again.
Yeah, they're crying. Okay, I just mute this one. All right, so they are all sobbing. They are all crying. My boyfriend is in the living room watching the results. I'm crying in the bathroom. Yeah, that's what Project 2025 actually is all about. Something that we are sad that we missed in all of this. So, Benny. Yeah, oh, is it? Okay, put it on. Put it up. Oh, there's people crying on camera. Get in there. Get in there. You saw a little bit of it. People crying on camera right now. This is live. Let's go. Chat, roast them. This is great. Let's go, chat. Roast them. Libs are crying on camera. There they go. Oh, get me those tears. Come on. Oh, come on. I need them. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the tears. I collect them. I collect your tears. They're so delicious. Look at those libs wearing their camo hats. They're Harris Walls camo hats. What freaking losers. You know, if I were there right now with our man on the street team, I would go up to every person in a camo hat and ask them, have you ever been hunting? Like once? Have you ever fired a firearm? There you go, more tears. Get into my salt container. And it's dead, and it's empty, and it's done. And they're gone. Look at that. They flee. Oh, boy. Remember Kamala Harris made fun of Donald Trump, people leaving Trump rallies? Ooh. Well. How the turntables turn. There they go. They're literally crying right now. People are literally crying. And the cameraman here for PBS deserves an award. Yeah, those guys. Name. I mean, gosh, I wish I was there. I was like, name one. So did you vote for Kamala Harris? Yeah. Okay. Name one reason why. Name one accomplishment that Kamala Harris has done. Oh, look at this. Oh, this won't age well. This won't age well. But that's okay. We are very excited to be bringing all of you the joys of Project 2025, which will enrich all of your lives. And you will thank us in the end. You will be thanking us in the end. Look at this. Look at those white dudes for Harris. How pathetic. How sad. The white dudes for Harris, man. Oh, what an amazing contingency. Here we go. Look at this. I want more tears. Bring me more tears. Bring me more crying. Look at the white dudes for Harris in the camo hats. Hey, bro, have you ever fired a gun? What gun was it? How many of these people think that Kamala worked at McDonald's? How many of these people actually think that Kamala worked a job at McDonald's? Do they even know? How many of these people could name the three branches of government? How many of them could even tell you who was president before Joe Biden? Definitely not this lady. Here we go. No, there's some tears. There's some tears. Oh, good. Okay, come on, into the tear jar. Into the tear jar. Come on. There you go. I need the tears. We capture them for all times. And I have a little piece of your soul. It's what powers the show, actually. Okay, well. So sad. So sad. You know what I'm sad about is that I'm sad about that none of these people, that Kamala Harris so disrespects her supporters, and there's no telling how many of these people were paid like a Chick-fil-A sandwich or a pack of cigarettes to come here today. But what I'm sad about is that none of them got to experience the joys. Oh, there's more tears. There you go. That into the tears, into the jar, into the tear jar. There you go. Give me the tears. Got them. I've captured your tears, captured your soul. I have it for all time. So none of them got to experience. There's more. This is the best. This is the best feed in the world right now. This is just great. Oh, the rain, the tears. They're rolling. I got my skis. I live in Florida, but I got a pair of skis. I got some sticks. Okay, you can go skiing down Mount Everest on the amount of salt that is being created in this sad event. I mean, it's like, really, could you imagine being one of these people? Like, who are these people exactly? I'll tell you who they are. I'll tell you, I assure you that 95% of these people are going to be fired by Elon Musk on day one. Except for that guy. The cops will keep their jobs, but everybody else is probably a government employee that has been forced to be there to listen to their boss as there's been a hostile takeover of the company, and they're all going to lose their jobs. Just like Twitter. Yeah. What would you say you do here? Elon Musk is getting ready with rabidly typing. What did you get done this week? Emails to everyone in the federal government. All 100,000 employees of the federal government will get an email personally from Elon Musk. What did you accomplish this week? And then the real tears will start. Oh, look at it. And then there's the dude in the Trump vest, in like the neon Trump vest, walking around being like, I voted for Trump. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Oh, man, the meltdowns. They're great. Again, we're very thankful they're not burning American flags this time. They used to. We're surprised that the American flags are not on fire. That's what we would assume. Oh, this is the perfect kind of guy. This guy's just central casting. White dude for Harris. Central casting. Full of estrogen, like overflowing with globulous amounts of estrogen, and deeply feline and passive aggressive. These men, they're not real men, right? They have no actual testosterone. They're yeah, speaking. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, what? What is it?
Harry Sisson, 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Harry Sisson is crying on the internet. Oh, God. Must be a day that ends in Y. Kamala's speech was so amazing. It was graceful, strong. Hit the right tone. She's a fantastic leader and a great role model. No idea how she lost to Trump. I got an idea how she lost to Trump. It goes like this. We're going to make America great again. And you're going to thank us for it. And you are somebody who has had your mind broken by the amount of psyops that have affected your weak little brain. You have no testosterone rolling through your bloodstream, so you are more susceptible to these things. And, well, you've just been bewitched, young man. You have no capacity for free thought. You are a little cog in the machine. You are a muppet for the Matrix. And you have our pity. Here's something that Kamala Harris deprived all of her last remaining fans, although I still think a lot of these people got a Chick-fil-A sandwich and a pack of cigarettes to show up today, or college credit. Since it was at Howard University, you must show up to Kamala's rally and then you get, whatever, college credit. Here's what they deprived them of. Kamala, as far as I can tell, and I listened to every word of that speech, hopefully the last one ever I'll have to listen to for Camilla, she didn't switch her accent up once. Bro, that's like your thing. Camilla, you switch up your accent. That's your thing. Why didn't you show me? It's one of the things that you, like, one of the very few things that you do that's quite unique in the space. Why didn't you bring that game today? So much, in fact, that they've actually made an action figure for Kamala Harris called Accent Switch Kamala. That's the bestseller just in time for Christmas.
Who needs personality when you can switch who you are at the push of a button?
It's Accent Switch Kamala. That's right.
Oh, hello, young lady. Quite a marvelous day, innit?
Why does she talk so weird? Let me play with her.
Well, hey there, little nugget. I'm going to be the first black female president of the United States of America.
Man, this doll sucks.
Accent Switch Kamala can emulate any accent you like, as long as it grants her credibility.
A bonjour, tu aimes les croissants?
Merde américaine.
Guten Tag, Sie lieben ein Bratwurst? Ufta, 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 da.
Luke, I am your mother.
It's Accent Switch Kamala. That's right.
But wait, there's more. All new Accent Switch Kamala comes with 2 bags of campaign money, a blind eye for illegal immigration, and her own multi-laugh 3000 generator. Laugh in every way possible. Let Accent Switch Kamala turn your life into a complete circus.
When you give me more money, like Uncle Joey did.
Don't you wear a little mad? The money's coming.
I don't understand.
Oh, excuse me, honey.
I meant to say, the money is coming. I love ice cream, Kamala map.
It's Accent Switch Kamala and brand new Tampon Tim.
You know, my grandma always used to say, Kamala Janu, please wash your hands so we can eat our chicken masama.
It's Accent Switch Kamala.
I'm going to miss the memes. I am. I'll tell you, I'm going to miss the memes. I will admit it. I'm sad about it. We're just going to have to get so sick of winning. I'm not sick of winning. We're going to have to get so sick of winning. Look at this. Trump has gained ground in every state except for 2. Look at this. Republican margin over Democrats at 2020 and 2024 presidential elections based on percentage points. Look at this. Every single state. Your state's on here. What are the 2 states? What are the 2 states that went backward? Utah. Well, that's a little alarming. And Washington, D.C. So that's not surprising at all. So there you go. There's your historic presidential election. Yeah. Has Arizona been called yet? Nope. Still stuck at 55%. That's right. Elon Musk is literally catching rockets in space, and Arizona can't count their damn elections. The first thing we do in Project 2025, enforce voter ID on all federal elections. That's the secret that Donald Trump winked and nodded at Mike Johnson over. This is what's going to happen. That's going to be H.R. 1. National voter ID for every state for federal elections. Congress has 100% plenary authority to do that. That's what we're going to spend every ounce of energy on this show doing. It's amazing how Kamala won every state that doesn't have voter ID. There are some states where it's illegal to have voter ID. Kamala won them all. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, save your energy. We're just getting started. Save it, please. It's going to be an exciting ride. The tears, ladies and gentlemen, flowing. And boy, I just can't get enough of them. It's it is glorious. Liberal tears on MSNBC are rolling like rain. Here we go. Here's Claire McCaskill, who is a disgraced U.S. senator who lost her incumbent Senate position to Josh Hawley, I believe, who's a legend, reacting to Kamala Harris.
I mean, this is really hard stuff. For her to be selected as vice president after what I think she would tell you was a very disappointing presidential race.
Is she crying?
Where I think she kind of lost her footing and was listening too much to consultants, frankly.
Oh my God.
It didn't really exude who she was.
Damn it.
And then to be vice president and to step into the most difficult situation in the world, where she had to be completely loyal to Joe Biden and respectful of the fact that he had chosen her, but yet
maneuver in a situation. I mean, such political skill. It is just inspiring. People who don't understand what she had to do to get to this moment. And so I'm just very proud of her.
Oh, no!
Helen, I don't want to...
We finally have like a real giant tear-filled meltdown. We've had like whimpers and whispers and voice cracking, right, Van Jones? We finally have a real proper meltdown. Oh, it's glorious. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a reporter, if you can call her that, talking about how Kamala didn't have any concession speech prepared for today because, you guessed it, she didn't think she was going to lose. The polls are fake. Everything's fake. The first time any of these people have ever actually lived in reality is probably today, and it's going to get so much worse for you. It's going to be really exciting. Here we go.
Richmond to tell everyone to go home, and she would come back and talk tomorrow. So today I've been talking to campaign officials, and they tell me that she's been working on her concession speech, but that she hadn't spent a lot of time on a concession speech because she was thinking that she was going to be delivering a speech about uncertainty and people waiting for the vote totals. So this is a speech that she really had to put together today, and there's just a lot of, I think, hand-wringing and a lot of questioning now in the Democratic Party about where they go from here.
She didn't have a speech prepared because she thought she was going to win. She actually believed it. She actually believed her own hype, which is something you just should never do. There are some new and exciting meltdowns on the internet. Oh, it is a wonderful day. There are some new and exciting reports on the internet about who won the election for Donald Trump. Get a load of this. Gen Z. Kamala fumbles badly the Gen Z vote. But she went on the pornographic podcast Call Her Daddy. I thought that was supposed to do it, right? Right? She went on the sex podcast. No, that didn't do it. Trump receives a swing of young voters in 2024 election. Donald Trump, look at that. Just marching forward, Donald Trump, 42% of 18 to 29. Look at Gen X. Are you part of Gen X? Stand up and take a bow if you're part of Gen X. You're the only generation to have actually voted conclusively in a majority for President Trump. So are you Gen X? Good for you, dudes. Millennials? Yeah, don't worry. We'll be at Gen X numbers very, very soon. And plus 65. You should be wise enough. You should be wise enough to know better. What the hell? The boomers have one final FU to their grandkids? Shame on you. But this is exciting because you never see a Republican getting this percentage of the young person vote. People are sick of it. People are sick of it. It's a glorious, glorious moment. I thought that was ALX for a second. There you go. That's not any old Trump supporter right there. Come on, if you know, you know. Come on, guys, get locked into internet culture. Sneeko. Okay, let's check in on Arizona. Nothing. Okay, all right. What's everyone in Arizona doing? Siesta? No, we got nothing. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a exciting last couple of, hours on this program. It's been one hell of a ride. We've had no appearances by President Trump today. President Trump rightfully, I think, taking very much the day off. Or maybe not. Look at this. We live in the greatest timeline. Look at that. Here's Trump with Elon looking at Tic Tacs. Is it Tic Tacs? He's doing the Tic Tac thing where it's like a small one. This is inflation versus the big one. We've seen this speech before. And here's little X up on Elon's shoulders, and they're at the Mar-a-Lago Club. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. We live in the greatest timeline. We really, really do, don't we? We really do. Oh, man. There's now a 97% chance of Republican sweep in the Senate, presidency, and House. Look at that. There you go. Do a quick news scroll here. A squirrel ran across the stage. Look. You got this loaded? That's amazing. Peanut's revenge. The ghost of Peanut. Where's the squirrel? Watch up there on the top. Watch up there at the top. There you go. You can see it. Yeah, you can see the squirrel running right there. Peanut's revenge. Incredible. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Get ready. Just a fun, just your timeline is just so fun right now. Department of Health 2020 versus 2024. Are you ready? Apparently Thomas Massey. Apparently Thomas Massey is going to be the Secretary of Agriculture. Hey, Alex, can you check me on that? Thomas Massey going to be Secretary of Agriculture? Breaking, Donald Trump wins Alaska. I thought Alaska was already in the category. But they're good. We'll take it. We'll take it. We got a Trump wins. Can we do a Trump wins? Let's go, baby. All right. RFK. Let's go, baby. Let's just scroll through real fast. President Trump has asked me to do 3 things: clean up the corruption in our government, health agencies, return those agencies to the rich tradition of gold standard evidence-based science, make America healthy again by ending chronic disease. Way to go, RFK. This is great. This is so awesome. Love from our account. Love from our account. Peanut came back to do a victory lap. Everything is about Peanut. Oh, boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What a time to be alive. We are ready to go. We are ready to save the country. Everyone's talking about how Claire McCaskill is crying. Everyone's talking about Peanut the squirrel. Look at that. Do we have that meme loaded for Peanut?
For Peanut? No.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings one. Oh. We played it this morning. That's great. It's a perfect one. Mark Hamill waking up today. Yes. Oh, that's good. There you go. Mark Hamill. Oh, no. Yep. Got it. Yeah. You suck. You suck. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time. People are winning. Oh, is Lady Gaga crying? Good. Okay, fantastic. Everybody's crying. This is great. This is great. Here's the lasting image of the day. Elon Musk and little X and Donald Trump with the Tic Tacs. What a great timeline. What an incredible timeline. Thomas Massey, is this confirmed? Is Thomas Massey confirmed as Department of Agriculture? President Trump's resounding victory, the mandate, big ideas. His campaign unified neglected constituencies from the Amish to who help want to be left alone and grow healthy food. Parents with more access to food and nutrition for their families. I stand ready and willing to help President Trump in any part of his bold agenda focus on the health and well-being of Americans. But he says that he has received no commitments yet. So there's big rumors that Department of Ag would go to Thomas Massey, who would be awesome at that. So the dream team assembles, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be great. Oh, it's going to be great. We have a meme dream team at this site. Do we have the Elon Musk one too? Can we get the Elon Musk one with the rockets? No. Let's just end with some memes because we've been rocking, man. What a time to be alive! What an amazing time to be alive. We've been rolling. We've been rocking. We've been rolling. We've been having a great time. Cardi B says that she's going to leave America. There are plenty of flights, plenty of free government funded flights. You can just hop on one of those. You all right? There's going to be lots of flights. Have to go back. You have to go back. But you know, Cardi B seemed like a very conscientious person about her pocketbook during the Joe Biden administration, then goes on to endorse Joe Biden, right? The cutout, the Muppet, which is Kamala Harris. These people are so embarrassing. I said it this morning, and it's the last thing I'll say here. Thank you. The single greatest loss in this election is the corporate media, Hollywood, the entertainment industry. That industry, which is puppeted by Barack Obama as Barack Obama's, force du jour to try and influence and rewrite or create narratives in this country, that is dead. It's gone. It's done. Never again will any American trust the corporate media, not any rational American. We have snapped the back of the celebrity endorsement and entertainment industry. Everything was just so unbelievably cringe and so special to have a moment in America to finally show you what real influence looks like, which is the message of President Trump. It is our great and humble honor to be a small note in that song book, and we thank you for joining us in the ride. We're going to now build something new, and it's going to be really, really fun. Here's some things new for you, some memes that we built ourselves with our own two hands. The great Jerry, meme maestro at the company, rocking and rolling. And a huge shout out to Eric and Klein, been in the studio with me for the better part of the last 24 hours. So these boys deserve some sleep. So we're going to send you off with a couple of memes and say, God bless you. We freaking love you. We love the chat. And we'll be here for you. There's going to be a lot of breaking news, exciting breaking news updates. So stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel. And man, we're going to win. We keep saying we're going to win. Klein, I would end every show saying we're going to win, but we won. So what do we say? Well, we won. Keep winning. That's right. Keep winning. That's the one. Keep winning. All right, everyone. It's your boy Benny. See ya.
What are you doing?
Do you trust me?
Billionaire Elon Musk, recently appointed to President Trump's cabinet as Transportation Secretary and Border Czar, is now he is rounding up asylum seekers like cattle into his rocket ships. He calls them illegal aliens. The problem is the rockets keep exploding.
Hurdy-gurdy-gurdy. Bun.
What a nasty woman. For Peanut.
Inevitable.
He did it. The biggest ships in the sea, all owned by the oldest kings. And their dying legacy, media deal reads. Soon will the Benny Show come to mind. The salt from lives for fun. Leave the gold and bring the gun. We sail for #1. Show come to mind. The salt from lives for fun. Leave the gold and bring the gun. We sail for #1. The biggest ships in the sea, all owned by the oldest king.